All right, you want to go see Static X? They postponed their tour by 1 year, which brings them back to Cleveland on Sunday, March 26th. It's the Rise of the Machine tour at the House of Blues, right around the corner from us here. LiveNation.com is going to have all the details. Static X in March here in Cleveland. Good luck. Caller 10. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Forget the Rock Hall. When does Poundcake go into the Country Hall of Fame?
My truck, my beer, my guns.
Say it again. It's the Alan Cox Show
on 100.7 WMMS.
They had the Rock Hall inductions on HBO on Saturday night. They were in LA this year. I haven't watched them yet. But, you know, looked exciting. If you're going to do them in LA, you know, you're going to have a much easier time getting people to come out. Because it's just down the street. Here in Cleveland, you got to practically convince people to get out here.
But
the last
did.
Huh?
They did. That last one was star-studded.
No, it was great. It was awesome. It's just I do miss, in the years that I've been attending when they're in Cleveland, I couldn't tell you the last time they did one of those all-star jams.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they did one on Saturday. Well, it aired Saturday, but they did one this past go-round. Duran Duran got in, and Lionel Richie and Dolly Parton. She initially refused when they said, we're going to put you in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Her reflexive reaction was, well, I'm a country artist. I probably don't really belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I think they essentially told her, well, you're going in, so you can either come out and have fun or you can explain to people why you're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This went down earlier in the month. It was November the 5th. And Pink inducted Dolly Parton.
It is my pleasure to induct you into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Well, thank you, Pink. I'm a rock star now. Oh, I tell you what, this is a very, very, very special night for me. I'm sure a lot of you knew that back when they said they were going to put me in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I didn't really feel like I had done enough to deserve that. And I didn't understand at the time that it's about a little more than that. But I'm just honored and so proud to be here tonight. And thanks to all of you.
I wonder what got her to change her mind. Because her initial reaction, you can understand. Her initial reaction was the right one, which was, I don't have a problem with Dolly Parton in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But her initial reaction to being told she was going to be inducted was probably the correct one for her. So I wonder what made her change her mind. Like Jan Wenner hits her up and goes, hey, listen, it's all one big goulash now, so come on. You're a big deal. She had mentioned that she was going to do a rock album next year, and she performed one of her songs at the Rock Hall induction. Something she threw together. Probably she's like, well, I guess if I'm going to get in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I got to put a song together. What am I going to call it?
What if it was just like straight black metal?
Right. Cannibal Corpse.
Mm-hmm.
She premiered a song called Rockin'. Probably took her all of 5 minutes to put it together. You know, you get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you want to do a rock song? I guess, can you just...
What should we write it about?
How about rockin'? Let's just call it rockin'.
Go with what we know since we're in the Rock Hall.
Here I am on the stage, you all know my name. With many country accolades, country's in my veins.
Sounds like an 80s rap song.
Yeah.
Dolly Parton, my name, and rapping my game.
And let's talk about my sneakers.
Big news, I ain't never been the same. Cause they done gone and put me in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
All right, take her out. She's out.
Now, come
Kick
on.
her out of the Rock and Roll.
If you've been
That
rocking...
song, you should be able to get kicked out of the Rock Hall if you do a song that's that bad. I love Dolly Parton, but you've just ruined everything.
Listen, she can do no wrong as far as I'm concerned, but some are going to
Did you
hit better
hear the
than
song
others.
she just played?
Rockin' since the day I was born. If you've been rocking since the day where you were born, why would you say you hadn't done enough to be inducted into the Hall of Fame? Oh, Dolly.
Get her out of there.
I'll be rocking till the day I'm gone. Yeah, I still got rock and roll down in my country soul, and I'll be rocking it till the cows come home.
Anyway, so I guess that'll be on her forthcoming rock album. The Zac Brown Band never met a cover they didn't love. You ever see them live? That's about 75% of their playlist is
They're known for.
other people's songs. Zac Brown and Sheryl Crow did 9 to 5.
Tumble out of bed and I stumble in the kitchen. Pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretch. Try to come to life.
Jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping. Out on the street, the traffic starts jumping. With folks like me on the job from 9 to 5.
Working 9 to 5.
Yeah, so there's that. Pat Benatar
That's
got
a
in
little better than the rock song.
Rockin'
Yeah.
Till the Day I Die.
Like, that's actually a really fun cover or duet together. But, that rockin'.
Pat Benatar got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Her husband, Neil Giraldo, is, of course, from Cleveland, Ohio. And they probably would have liked very much to have been inducted when it was here, but that wasn't the case. But Pat Benatar is also like there were multiple years she was nominated, and for whatever reason, she was passed over. So they finally gave it to her.
I will thank all of you, our amazing fans. My partner, my love, 43 years ago in a rehearsal studio in New York. Could you ever have imagined this night tonight? So I'm guessing we could have probably done this separately on our own, in our own way, but it never would have been this much fun.
Are there any other female rock stars named Pat? There's guys. There's Pat Travers, and there's, Pat.
Yeah, I don't think there's
It's
a
not
lot
like Patricia is not a rock and roll. I'm glad that she is. But if you were like, this is my Aunt Pat, you'd never think she was in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Who's your aunt?
That's what makes her all the more special.
I guess so. Patricia Giraldo. I think obviously her stage name's the same, but. And Pat Benatar is 69 years old.
Nice.
The Eurythmics got in. Annie Lennox and Dave Stewart. I don't even know that those two have seen each other in 40 years. Like, they kind of very publicly split after a couple of albums 35 years ago. You ever get into the Eurythmics?
I mean, I just know those hit songs.
Yeah.
I never went deep with them, but they get your toe tapping.
Yeah.
I mean, those are absolute soundtrack songs.
Bangers.
Like, they'll put them in movies all the time. Would I Lie to You was like a staple movie trailer song, I feel like, for a long time, too.
Jim Carrey, Liar, Liar.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Duran Duran performed, of course. Dave Grohl played lead guitar for Lionel Richie. He did Easy. It's a Commodores song.
I'm easy like Sunday morning.
Yeah. Why don't you drop your American Music Awards? I don't have any. That's right, you don't. Lionel Richie on The Simpsons. Eminem also said he shouldn't be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Probably not supposed to actually be here tonight because of a couple of reasons. One, I know that I'm a rapper, and this is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Secondly, almost died from an overdose in 2007 because drugs were delicious. And I thought we had a good thing going, man, but I had to go and it all up and take too many.
It's a weird speech.
It is a weird way to say, hey, I'm sober.
Drugs were delicious. Spoiler alert, drugs are still delicious.
And I messed it up.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't the drugs' fault, it was his fault.
He's candid about it. He's like, look, if I didn't go and screw it all up, I'd still be doing drugs. I'd still be doing copious amounts of pills. I don't like the drugs, but the drugs like me. Somebody write that down. They make a great song.
Mm-hmm.
John Mellencamp and Springsteen did Great Balls of Fire.
Kiss my baby. Ooh, feels good. Hold me, baby.
Of course, Bruce Springsteen is the guy who got famous on Santa Claus is Coming to Town, for people who are unfamiliar with him. Oh, this because Jerry Lee Lewis just died? Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. Okay. There you go. I like everybody clutching their pearls because John Mellencamp was at the Colts game and he didn't stand for the national anthem. Oh, what? He sat down. Colts and Eagles played. Close game, like Bill said. Almost went the other way. And Mellencamp was in a box. And a fan took a picture of him sitting down during the anthem.
Is he like 100?
John Mellencamp?
Is he old?
He's probably 70.
That's old enough to sit. He's done a lot of standing in his day.
Well, he's also not a guy who, he's had a very kind of, he has had an interesting career. He's like Springsteen in that they're both blue-collar guys, or at least kind of that's where their music is coming from. And they've been able to speak to that crowd for a long time, but they're also both lefties. He's 71 years old. But people think Mellencamp is one of America's greatest frauds because he's sitting down for the anthem. Ah, yes. Standing for the anthem automatically makes you a patriot. Of course. Bunch of dopes. So, yeah, Mellencamp was at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He did Colbert. And he was sitting there at the Colts game.
And if people have these crazy reactions to things, what we should really be mad about is the fact that he dropped Cougar from his name.
I don't think he wanted to I think he wanted to not give the wrong impression. Because if you hadn't heard him before, you might think that he was an older woman who was on the prowl.
Yeah, John.
Johnny Cougar was his first stage name. Johnny Cougar.
Then John Cougar. Then John Cougar Mellencamp.
Yep.
And now just John Mellencamp.
J Camp is what he calls himself.
It's going to get shorter and shorter until he's just JM.
Yeah. Alan, did you watch the American Music Awards last night? I did not. No.
What are those?
What are those? No. You want to hear, Political Joe? You want to hear Political Joe?
You want to do that now?
Yeah, he left me a long message. Political Joe is a guy who calls, and it's truly a roller coaster of emotion when he calls. He left me a 5-minute message. We'll get through as much of it as you want.
Hey, Alan.
That's how they all start, by the way.
I love it. I love that so much.
A little trademark.
Alan.
Yeah.
Hey, Alan. I'm back. I can't listen during the day or call in because I actually have a freaking job, unlike your $1 million contract. You can just, I do 4 hours a day. I make $1 million.
Is he implying I don't have a job?
Yes, you are unemployed.
You're unemployed making $1 million.
This company is contributing somehow to a charity with my name on it?
No,
or?
You're getting paid to do the show, but it's not work.
I
this
see.
Isn't work.
I see.
And you're only here for 4.5 hours while we do the show.
Right. Yes. Well, there you go.
Oh, well, son of a bitch. I don't even know if you put me on the air anymore. I really liked what you did. You made intros and you pissed with me with my voice. I like that. Hey, Alan, I can't tell you. The last week, you talked about your balls and your vasectomy?
Yeah.
Who the hell? That is the worst radio I've ever heard in, like, the entire effing radio career of anybody. I'm a talk show guru. I listen to AM, FM, everybody. And talking about your old man's saggy ass balls was like the worst.
Why does he think they're saggy, by the way?
I don't know.
He's a talk show guru because he listens to so much.
When is he working if he's listening to all this other stuff?
What's happening? I thought a vasectomy was something that was pretty common, by the way.
Radio I've ever heard in my entire life. Dude, you don't need no bag of peas to soothe your balls, right? Frozen peas. Just let the balls hang in the toilet water, you old...
Hang in the water? What the hell is he talking about? How old is he? Was he 80? Wow.
Well, he's got his home remedy. He's got his remedies. You've got yours.
Let him hang in the water.
Saggy ass balls. And again, with your $1 million contract. Damn, who the hell? They should have just castrated you. Because once you...
Took a hard turn, didn't it?
You did this again, didn't you? Yeah. Oh, I don't blame you for hooking up with that hot wife of yours. She is gorgeous, man. I think I was...
All right.
Isn't it a roller coaster with Political Joe? I love it.
He got all about Gwen real fast.
There's ups and downs and
gooey.
sideways.
Yeah, he's like, that hot wife of yours.
I would actually
He's
give
not
up
wrong.
the single lifer with my woman. For a hot girl like her, she's gorgeous. But
here we go.
You said, okay, let's have another child. Okay, old man. You dumbass. You could be living.
He's mad that I had another kid.
Living like Bill Squire in a penthouse suite.
Yeah, there it is.
Living the life of largest. Millionaire contract in a penthouse suite. Top of the Cleveland. You'd have this
Living the life at the top of Cleveland.
Top of the Cleveland.
Top of the Cleveland.
Top of the Cleveland.
The penthouse suite in Cleveland.
That's in Lakewood.
Instead, the pea distracted you, and then she distracted you, and you go, okay, I'll have another child. Old man.
Oh, she tricked me into having a kid. That's what I see.
You're going to go to graduation with a walker and a cane. It's so funny, but God bless you. You do what you do. And about the political stuff, you call me political.
There he goes.
Joe. Yeah, I was a Trump guy, but nobody's one way or the other 100%. I heard the guy call in the other day, and you ripped him up and down. He goes, oh, well, me and my people don't like you to hear you about...
Who did I rip up and down? I haven't ripped
that
anybody
guy
in a
called
long
in and
time.
was like, everyone's tired of you and nobody wants to listen to you anymore. I know.
Oh, he was a
20
dummy.
People. Yeah, I think that's what he's
about
referring
talking about political. I go, oh, shut up, guy. That guy sounded like a total idiot, and you know that we're not all the same.
Oh, this is so good.
You're
I love
not
it.
all the same liberal, and I'm not all the same right winger or Republican. We can meet in the middle sometimes, at least. Maybe,
Now he's trying
can
to
we?
compromise.
I'm telling you,
Good for him.
your wordsmith stuff. When you were talking the other day about wordsmith, I'd love that you teach me new words that. And I know I sound like an idiot on the phone. I blah blah blah. But yes, when I'm off the phone and when I talk to people on the street, I am a wordsmith like you. I do correct people's
Oh, on the phone calls, he's hiding his lead under a bushel basket. Is that what he's saying? I see.
people's grammar. I love how you correct Poundcake's grammar. He's such a ghetto boy. He
Ghetto boy. He's such a ghetto boy.
needs a mentor like you. I'm telling you, I know this about Poundcake. You're grooming that dude for something better.
I don't think that means what he thinks it means in modern parlance.
No, he's absolutely correct. You're grooming me.
Yeah.
And you will.
I gave up trying to groom Poundcake.
Well, you will help that guy
No, I won't.
for a long time in
Nope.
his next career. When you're old, dead, retired, or decrepit, just like
When I'm old, dead, or retired.
I
Or
am.
decrepit. Or decrepit.
I'm just a few years older than you, but we're going to be
That
long.
can't possibly be true. He's got to be like 70 years old.
I bet he's
Long gone.
54.
54. That's a hard 54.
Dong, dong. Dong, John, Don, dong. Gone.
Yeah.
And this is a new generation. You're grooming Poundcake. And it's so nice. You make fun. Thank you, Alan. You give me such inspiration. And driving, and I just listen to you every day, and you make me laugh. And keep up the good work, Al.
Well, there's Political Joe. All 5 minutes of it. It was a roller coaster.
I loved it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Really, all over the place. He comes
So
full
sincere.
circle. He does what he does. He's fine. Letting his balls hang in the toilet water, I guess.
That's all the soothing you need.
Yeah, that's his recommendation. All right, let me break here. You want to text for something? 35192, AlanCoxShow.com to watch and listen wherever on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 W.